We're continuing our conversation with Wurmbrand historian Mr. Merv Knight.
웜브란드 목사님의 역사가 머브 나이트와 계속적으로 대화를 나누겠습니다.
The book In God's Underground by Pastor Wurmbrand. Tell us about this book. It's different than Tortured for Christ, and in some ways people have even suggested it may be a better book. Why is that?
여기에 하나님의 지하 교회라는 이거가 있는데요. 이것이 왜 사람들이 그리스도의 고난보다 더 좋은 책이다 뭐 이런 얘기가 나오는데 그게 왜일까요?
Yeah, I've always considered it to be a better written book, but that's because it was edited. Torture for Christ just flowed from Richard onto paper and into print, and away it went. But In God's Underground was thought about more and edited chapter by chapter. It came out first as Christ in Communist Prisons. And it came out quite soon after Torture for Christ. But then quickly in the second edition, the name was changed to In God's Underground. And
이 책은요. 그리스도의 고난보다 더 잘 쓰여진 책이래요. 왜냐하면 그리스도의 고난 책은 그냥 이렇게 막 3일 만에 3, 4일 만에 써가지고 그냥 교정도 없이 그냥 낸 책이고 이 책은 매 장마다 교정을 한 거예요. 그렇기 때문에 이게 좀 잘 쓰여진 책이라고 할 수 있는데 이것이 지금 처음에 그 이름이 좀 틀렸던 것 같아요. 하나님의 지하교회 이거잖아요. 근데 처음에 공산주의 감옥에 있는 그리스도 이거였네요.
So it came out shortly after Tortured for Christ. Is it a kind of a sequel, or does it cover the same material, just better edited? How did the two books relate to each other?
it's not really the sequel to Torture for Christ because there is another book by Richard Wurmbrand which is called the sequel to Torture for Christ.
네, 이거를 그리스도의 고난의 후편이다 이렇게 말을 할 수가 없는 게 Torture for Christ 그리스도의 고난의 후편이라고 쓰여진 책이 또 있대요. 그래서 이거는 후편은 아닙니다.
I think it somehow just complements Torture for Christ and fills in some detail that was omitted from Torture for Christ. But it sold in large quantities also very soon after Torture for Christ was published.
예, 이 하나님의 지하교회라는 이 책은 이 후편은 아닌데 여기에 있는 것을 좀 쓰기는 하셨대요. 그리스도의 고난에 그 언급된 것을. 근데 더 많은 대량으로 이것이 또 판매가 됐다고 합니다.
There's another book called Where Christ Still Suffers, the sequel to Torture for Christ.
어디에서 그리스도가 또 핍박을 받느냐, where still 아직도 그리스도가 핍박을 받느냐 이러한 책이 있는데 그거가 그리스도의 고난의 후편이고 이거는 하나님의 지하교회는 아닙니다.
There's no doubt about it that it is a great book and it's had great reviews.
아주 좋은 책이고 좋은 리뷰가 있었고요.
And probably fills in quite a bit of detail about the whole story that is not found in Torture for Christ.
그 그리스도의 고난에서 발견될 수 없는 그런 아주 구체적인 그런 이야기가 여기에 담겨 있다고 합니다.
In some ways, it seems to have more of the information about the early years of Pastor Wurmbrand, maybe a little bit more than is shared in Tortured for Christ, like about the fact that he actually was quite a successful businessman. Is that right?
그럼 여기에서 그 그리스도의 고난에서는 보다는 조금 더 초기에 그런 wurmbrand 목사님의 얘기가 담겨 있는 것 같아요. 예를 들어서 wurmbrand 목사님이 뭐 성공적인 그런 사업가였다면서요.
He never talked about it very much, but in his days before he became a Christian, he was some kind of a stockbroker, and from what I've heard, he did make quite a bit of money on the stock market. When he was converted, he let all that go.
웜브랜드 목사님이 뭐 예전에 무엇을 했다 기독교인이기 전에 그런 얘기는 많이 말씀하시지 않았는데 그리스도를 영접하기 전에는 스탁 브로커였대요. 그러니까는 증권 브로커를 한 거예요. 그래가지고 돈을 엄청 많이 벌었었는데 한번 그리스도를 영접하더니 그냥 모든 것을 다 놓으신 거죠.
And one of the things that you've noted before, Mr. Knight, was how Pastor Wurmbrand really had a gift for languages. So his book has been translated into so many languages, but he himself probably would have been able to read and many of the versions that his book was translated into. How many languages did he speak or know?
He could preach, I think, in around about 7 or 8 languages, but he could read and understand others, so altogether 14 languages.
40?
14.
오케이. 그 웜브랜드 목사님이 언어에 대한 그런 은사가 있으셨어요. 그래서 보통 7개 내지 8개의 언어로 설교를 하실 수 있었고요. 그다음에 14개의 언어를 읽으실 수가 있었어요. 그래서 아마 이것이 많은 그 언어로 번역이 되었을 때 아마 어느 정도는 읽고 이해를 하셨을 것 같아요. 자신의 북을.
So when he preached, did he use a translator, or how did he do that if he knew so many languages?
If he was in the English-speaking world, he invariably preached in English, and didn't need a translator generally because he was speaking to English-speaking people. But if he was in Germany, he would speak in German, preach in German, or if he's in Switzerland, he'd preach in German, and I believe he preached in French when he was in France.
이 웜브랜드 목사님은요. 통역사가 필요 없었어요. 당신이 이렇게 언어를 잘하셔서 영어를 하는 그런 국가에서는 영어로 직접 하셨고요. 그다음에 독일에 가시면 또 독일어로 그냥 하시고 또 프랑스에 가시면 또 프랑스어로 그냥 하고요.
Yeah, Mr. Knight, you were mentioning to me that he could even translate for himself. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, because it's also true that if he was preaching somewhere in German, it wasn't unusual for there to be English-speaking people there, and so sometimes he would have it translated. Or I've been in meetings where he was speaking in, say, Germany, but he knew I was there, so he would translate at least parts of his message into English just because I was there. But he was quite remarkable in this regard, in that he could translate into a couple of languages. I've heard him preach and then translate his message into a couple of languages, and it was remarkable the way that he could make a statement, translate it into another language, and then translate it into another language, and then come back spot on and hit where he'd finished off and continue on.
That's amazing.
와, 독일에 가시면은 독일어로 이렇게 하시는데 보통 어떤 때는 또 Merv Knight 님처럼 영어를 하는 사람이 있으면 또 독일어를 한 다음에 또 영어로 이렇게 또 통역을 당신이 하시는 거예요. 그래서 어떤 말씀을 이렇게 하시면은 또 어떤 때는 또 다른 나라 언어로 번역하고 또 다른 나라 언어로 당신이 또 번역한 다음에 다시 돌아가서 그 언어로 또 이렇게 계속해서 통역하시고 또 돌아가서 또 통역하시고 이렇게 혼자 다 하셨대요.
But I've also known him to preach using a translator, and then during his message, on several occasions, stop and correct the translator. Tell you made a mistake. I said this.
그래서 통역자를 쓸 경우에는 또 어떤 때는 설교하시다가 또 중단을 하셔서 통역하는 사람한테 이거 이렇게 해야 된다고 또 교정을 해주셨대요.
Wow.
And at least on one occasion, I know that he sent the translator home and considered that he could do it better himself.
At least one time, he just sent the translator home and did the translation himself when he found
그래서
that the
한
translation
번은
was
통역 사시는 분이 너무 못하니까 그냥 집에 보내고 당신이 혼자 그냥 하신 적도 있대요.
Well, we know that In God's Underground was one of the first books translated here in Korean that Pastor Wurmbrand had.
네, 그래서 그 하나님의 지하 교회인데요. 이게 이름이 지하 14년으로 해가지고 이렇게 출판이 됐는데요. 이거는 1975년 3월 1일 날 초판이 되었습니다. 그래서 이게 제가 알기로는 하나님의 지하교회라고 해서 이게 또 그 후에 나온 거로 제가 알고 있거든요. 근데 하여튼 이 책, 처음으로 나온 이 책이 여기에 또 뒤에 이 책이 다 소개되어 있는데 여기서 또 아까 얘기했던 그리스도의 고난, 그 다음에 나는 목사의 아나였다, 사비나 사모님의 그 책, 그 다음에 살아있는 순교자, 그 다음에 이 책, 이거에 대해서 여기 광고를 했고 또 하나는 아마 손양원 그 선생님, 목사님 건 같아요. 그래서 하여튼 이렇게 극동 선교의 신간 안내 이렇게 해가지고 나왔습니다.
You tell us maybe a little bit in English about that one too.
So first publishing book of In God's Underground in Korean is 1975 March 1st. So it is published by Far East Broadcasting Mission Organization and 송태화 편저. I don't know this person, but I think I saw this name from the
letters back and forth,
back and forth with Wurmbrand. So about 4 books of Richard Wurmbrand. VOM, Voice of Martyrs books are published already about this time, 1975.
So anyone who enjoyed Tortured for Christ can read God's Underground and get kind of the expanded story, a little bit more detail in each of those.
Yeah, well, there was a whole lot of books came out in pretty rapid succession.
Yeah.
You know, Tortured for Christ, In God's Underground, and then I forget the order, but we quickly had Sermons in Solitary Confinement, and then came The Pastor's Wife. So, for example, by the time the Wurmbrands came to Australia first, or Richard came on his own to Australia first in 1969, and then he came back, I think it was in 1970 and probably 1972, and by that time they had a book table with Wurmbrand
All of the books, yeah.
그래서 이 그리스도를 위한 고난을 읽고 또 이 책을 또 읽으면 좀 더 구체적인 그런 이야기가 합쳐지고 그때 또 사비나 사모님이 또 책을 쓰고 그래서 처음에 호주에 도착하셨을 때 1969년도에는 뭐 이런 게 없었는데 1970년, 72년 그 다음에 방문하셨을 때는 그래도 이 책이 좀 이렇게 몇 개 있어가지고 이렇게 보여주고 했던 적이 기억난다고 합니다.
Yeah, and Sabina, Richard Wurmbrand's wife, well, he too, but she had a great faith in the books and a great trust in the books, and somehow recognised that spreading the books was going to grow the mission. So, people would go to the book table after the meeting and they'd look at a book and they'd pick it up and decide to buy it, and then she would look at, if you're going to read this one, you really need to read that one too. and really, if you read these, you ought to have that one as well. And so people who intended to leave the meeting with a book found themselves going home with 6 books.
A whole library.
And look, dear, if you can't afford to pay for them now, don't worry. Take the books and you can send the money in later.
오케이. 사비나 그 사모님이 이렇게 책을 이렇게 전시해 놓고 이렇게 어디에 가가지고 그러면은 어떤 사람이 이렇게 하나 살라고 그러잖아요. 그러면은 이 책이 이거 읽으려면 이것도 또 읽어야 되고 이거 하려면 이것도 여기서 막 한 6권의 책을 이렇게 사게끔 한 거예요. 근데 또 거기에다가 또 돈이 없으면 나중에 보내주세요. 그렇게 해서 이 책에 큰 신뢰를 하신 거예요. 사비나 사모님이. 그래서 책을 많이 이렇게 읽히고 하면은 이 선교가 굉장히 커진다라는 생각을 하신 것 같아요.
Probably some people might have taken advantage of it and got away with a handful of books, but it's remarkable how many times we got a gift from somebody who say, I was at the meeting recently and Mrs. Wurmbrand gave me all these books and I want to pay for them, and they would send in you know, $50, which was probably twice as much as the books would have cost.
What is the cost? They sent money.
So afterwards, even though she gave them the books and said just pay for them later, people did. They paid even later, and they may even pay twice as much as the books cost.
그래서 처음에 그렇게 했는데 이렇게 나중에 만나보면 사람들이 그때 사비나 사모님이 그렇게 책을 줘가지고 이렇게 읽었는데 어떤 때는 또 2배로 나중에 돈을 또 보내준 적도 있다는 거예요.